What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another RiftGuides WildRift video. We have Crit Aatrox in the jungle. Some really exotic, really spicy setup featuring Fleet. How does it make sense? I don't know, but we're about to find out in this lovely gameplay. So, when it comes to Chinese jungling, most of the time you'll see an immaculate jungle clear. No other region has their jungle clear that much optimized. Many of the people in the chat will be like, but jungle clear doesn't really matter, it's whatever, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds slow, what does it matter? It matters everything. Being in a better position, having your camps respawn sooner, and just generally being allowed to just having better opportunities due to your time being well spent is just something that is completely underrated throughout the entirety of at least the global server, and easily as well in the higher elos on the global server. And it's even worse the lower you go. Jungling is something about a flowchart. It's about clearing jungle camps, and as you clear them, you want to make sure that you pay attention to the map and do something as you can without handicapping yourself. What does handicapping mean? So you see Aatrox is currently clearing from the top side to the bottom side, sequencing camps beautifully into each other. Not only this, right now it would be very much a grief for him to path top lane to the Olaf and Gnar, because it's simply too far away. You don't want that. You also have to notice that he put 2 points into the first ability for a better jungle clear, taking it that this ability does more damage than the auto attack reset with the third ability. Okay, Kha'Zix clears about 148, 149, give or take. Aatrox usually is a lot slower if you don't sequence well. So let's pay close attention as to how fast he clears. We're at 132, he will have one smite charge available, and he's close to starting the Krug camp here. Sequencing the camps into each other, beautifully done, very nicely transitioned, that is very nice work. And now he just goes into the river, clearing the ward, and goes to the Scuttle Crab. After the Scuttle Crab, it's most of the time the best choice for you to recall unless there's an immediate play available for you, but most of the time it's simply better to go because you gain so many stats from your boots purchase. Damage boots are insane. So let's see, what is he going to go for? He has a Gluttonous Greaves as well as a Longsword. That is an insane purchase, 35 plus 12 AD. That is going to be such a difference maker. Now he's going to path upwards. He has the availability of ganking mid lane. Kha'Zix is currently ganking top lane, which means that he most likely started on the blue side of the map. He avoids the vision of the plant here and is now walking after the Kha'Zix. Pops the ult, still has flash available, knows that the Kha'Zix is in a brush somewhere. Yeppers. Because of how he behaved and how he moved, he knew where he was. It's simply for the fact of the sweeping lens that he know where he pathed. That is a very, very, very powerful tool. If you understand how vision works in this game, you can abuse most of the time. Because the sweeping lens disables the ward, it doesn't remove it. So for example, on the minimap, you would see a ward being placed, for example, the ward up there on the Gnar lane. This ward would stop giving vision. With that done, the person with the sweeping lens obviously has to choose a direction he wants to go, either left or right. And then depending on when the item disables the ward or stops disabling the ward, you can then assume, or therefore assume, where the enemy jungle walked towards. And especially helpful if you pay close attention to the minimap, that you see if you're getting ganked, because suddenly, wait a minute, my ward has been turned off, what's going on here? But you see, putting your jungle camps on cooldown is so unbelievably important. It's not about flip ganking. You see most of these people preach everywhere. Even challenger or sovereign players with 800 GPM in the jungle department. It is literally a capital crime to have this low GPM on jungle. It's just showing that you just play to flip. Preparing, the Q goes forward with the big Q. Instant reaction by the Lux, but it will not be enough, just gets ran down. Kha'Zix needs to be really careful. The Aatrox still has ultimate available. That could be a very bad one for the Kha'Zix. 1 HP or the Q flash and the execution. Okay, Kha'Zix had a blue buff here, as you see, so we know his red buff is available. Technically speaking, he could have gone for an invade if he wanted to. But if Gnar comes, he just dies. So if this is warded, then he would probably just die, but Keep in mind, we know that Kha'Zix's available play is now going to his own topside. Kha'Zix will be topside currently on red buff. If he doesn't do that, if he shows on the bottom lane right now, we know that the enemy red buff is going to be available. Just again, with the concept of available plays, Kha'Zix will show bot top lane, as we said. Predictable because we knew where he would be. We can anticipate enemy plays. We can also do that as a laner, depending on how much time we have to pay attention. And after this dragon, it's a very high likelihood that we are able to go for the enemy Gromp. We will probably lose our top side. Oh, maybe Ziggs dies here. Ziggs throws the bomb. Kha'Zix is doing the geometry maneuver, running around. Still dies, unfortunately. Herald being placed here. Kha'Zix didn't pay attention that we pathed here. He was very sloppy by the Kha'Zix, not paying attention. Oh, but the entire enemy goon platoon is here, so who's the guy not paying attention? It's a tough angle. But it's fine. Aatrox, you want to know why Aatrox jungle died? Aatrox jungle died not because his damage is too weak. It's because he's good at one thing, and it's killing champions. He's so much better in the top lane than in the jungle, but he gets away with being in the jungle because of how WildRift works. But his damage in like champion scenarios insane, whereas in the jungle it's heavily nerfed. For a good reason, because this champion was way too good when it came to jungle clearing and generally just being able to take over the map. Like insane jungle clear into insane map pressure was just too much. Kha'Zix being down here, ultimate being ready, ultimate being popped. Lux from the side here with empowered attack on her champion. Aatrox can't really commit here, too many people, enemy spells being popped, and we have to go back to our jungle in pain, in agony, unfortunately. Kha'Zix being spotted, we have to be really careful. Kha'Zix has anti-shielding. This early against Lulu only? Okay. I guess he's assuming that the enemy is going to build a few stone plates. Because he'd be better off having Mortal Reminder already at this point. Because he's facing Aatrox and Olaf. So if he wants to snowball harder, Mortal Reminder would probably do a better job, especially into killing Aatrox, because facing Aatrox without anti-healing is facing a Goliath. You just don't do anything. Because every bit of damage you do in a full combo, you just auto-attack with his passive and maybe hits you with a spell and he's suddenly full life again. Because this champion is very funny when it comes to that one. Plus, the team-wide annihilation of Aatrox is something that needs to be studied. Like, even if somebody of your team just messes up, he's gonna kill your entire team. And as per usual, you see people completely disregard the existence of side lanes every single time. It's really painful because there's so much gold just being thrown away, and other people have to pick it up because losing that much gold is akin to losing a double or triple kill over time, even more. Because people, like I don't know why, they underestimate the power of jungle, minions or jungle camps in general, but they just refuse to farm them. Okay, Jinx with the poke rocket, goes in with the combo, gets the objective, and gets out. Oh, the healing. You see, if the enemy had healing cut, it would have been a dead Aatrox, but unfortunately they didn't. So we itemized too early. Excuse me, so the Kha'Zix itemized too early into Serpent's Fang. Because in this game, it doesn't really have that much value. Like, Olaf's shield is not that insanely big compared to his healing. Lulu's shield at this phase is not that insanely big. So it's better if you're like snowballing to just pick up the Mortal Reminder, which is also at the same time more damage at that point. I think he also has Pen Boots, so it's even more severe. You see? You see what I mean about the healing and damage done of Aatrox? Akali just doesn't stand a chance. Like, first off, you're not allowed to use your movement spells, like the stealth, into Aatrox like this. You need to actually play to dodge. Which means you need to be very close to him before he has Q3. Like, Q1, Q2 can be easily dodged by being melee range walking through him. But Q3 is very hard to dodge. But the issue is, or the main issue, is like the Aatrox auto attack of the empowered passive of the hitting spells. It's just too much healing. Just way too much. And he can't really do anything about this. And I got the feeling that the Kha'Zix is going to go Cyrildas. I feel it. And it's going to be utter grief for no reason. The baller. He's going to deal so much damage this game. He's going to completely another Kha'Zix spotted. But now also spotted. He's like 4k gold. He doesn't want to take a fight. Which is kind of... He has Infinity Edge. He has so much damage. You know what's kind of sad about his build? There's a world in which he gets punished for only having 75% crit later on. That could be very, very sad. I really hope that doesn't happen. Look at his damage, though. I want to see him slap the Kha'Zix. That would look so much fun. The big bonk into instant kill, jumps over. Oh, tries to flash the Lux Q. Goes in for the bomber, goes for one. Gets the Milio as well. Now the Jinx is left alone. Look at the Tickle Fiend here. The turret is doing 10 times the damage Jinx does. And he doesn't even have any defensive item. He doesn't really have any defensive item. Jinx is just so goddamn bad. What the hell is that? What the hell am I witnessing on that screen? That was a little bit cooked, no? That was a tiny bit cooked. And yeah, we saw that somebody was there because of the Airy proc that went there. It's so funny. Like, Airy is such a snitch. If you follow the rune, summon Airy into Fog of War, you can see or pinpoint the location of people. It's like a little trick you can abuse into people that play Airy. That sometimes can actually win you the game. It's very unlikely, but it's possible. And with that done, it's going to be relatively cool to, well, appear like you're cheating. Because it's a hidden mechanic not many people know about. It's like the past mechanic of Duskblade telling you where wards are. Or rather telling you where there's no wards. He's attacking so fast with the Lulu. Especially also with the fleet. Like the double auto into the E reset is kinda insane. Especially considering the crit build. Because then there's like a Omega double hit into instant a third hit and then you just die. Jinx Rocket out again trying to steal like the objective away. Failed though. Was the globally shared blue buff. Kha'Zix is currently on our blue buff. He's somewhere around there. Lucian should never walk there, it's too dangerous. Ward being cleared. Ult being popped, goes in, gives him an auto attack. What is that race car? What? He just walked close, auto attack, and dipped. He is so goddamn fast. How is that legal though? That's beyond illegal. It's so fun though. Now, ready to transform, need to be a little bit careful here, because you can go for a combo with the third ability and that would be detrimental to the outcome of the game, because we're at a stage where these kills can matter a lot. Luckily, it would be not that bad now, due to the fact that Baron hasn't spawned yet. But dying to the enemy team as a collective at this point of the game, especially if you take 2 enemy inhibitors, is very bad. Number 1, you'll give them bounties from your kills. Number 2, they'll have super many waves to farm. Number 3, the possibility of them clearing tier 1 towers, especially if most of your tier 1 towers are still alive, with them having bounties on them, gives them the ability to come back into the game to a state in which they'll have the same gold as you, or sometimes even more gold than you. Which is something many people completely forget. Many people play with their lives in the game completely reckless. Oh my god, the Lulu polymorph. Lulu just completely ended that Kha'Zix's career. Kha'Zix's career has been ended. Kha'Zix's career ended by little Yordle. It looks so satisfying to play crit rocks. Dustblade being purchased. Big damage going in now. Realistically, what other crit item could he have gone? He could have looked at shield bow for fun. Now he has anti-shielding on enemy team. Maybe Navori. Imagine Navori Aatrox. What? Ah. I mean, the question mark is more than... Yeah, that was crazy, no? He just popped that guy. It was so fun to watch. Bro does way too much damage with the crit rocks. That should be illegal. That should be very much illegal. This time against Aurelia jungle. The off-meta jungle enjoyers. Alistair with a peak performance invade here, checking for the enemy starting. Can't really play into Caitlyn Janna anyway. He would just get abused. Just needs to be mindful, Caitlyn Janna can't really dive to Zeri under the tower, not without any assistance. But Alistair obviously can't do like magic work on his lonesome. He can be very much annoying, but he needs to be mindful not to lose his summoner spells or too much life, which he low-key fails doing, but it's fine. He will not be able to play bot lane anyway, whatever he does. The reason for that one is simple, because he isn't a champion until level 3. So what is he currently doing up there? He's trying to steal away enemy camps as best as he can. Does he take away the small wolves by chance? Okay, he X-flashed away. Arella used flash, we saw it on the minimap. Okay, that's very questionable play by the Alistair. Yeah. I think he's very much confused as to what the Alistair is trying to accomplish there. But what can you do? I love this sequencing though. Like, it just showcases how much time he has spent with the jungle clear, just trying to understand how fast you can clear it. It's so good. Camps being cleared needs to be really careful though, because Aurelia got a big head start with the free kill. You know, the tornado, enemy AD carry a little bit sleeping here. This might be... Oh, the knockup doesn't connect, so they will not get the kill, unfortunately. Why does this area have cleanse though? Against what? I mean, honestly, it might actually save her, because she might be able to cleanse Malphite ult. But it's not like it has Omega value this game, I think. Alistair tanking here. They cannot kill this Janna. That is not gonna happen. The tower is too stacked up. Impossible to survive. They also can't go for this play. They have to leave. There's too many people potentially coming. Method already on his way now. Dips away. Aurelia potentially taking his top side, which would be pretty bad for the Aatrox. Already set a little bit behind thanks to the early fun stuff by the Alistair, giving the Aurelia a 450 gold head start, allowing her to snowball. Whereas the Aatrox just now got like the first kill and some pressure on the map. He's so meticulous in checking, because you see he uses the sweeping lens before jumping over just in case Aurelia is trapping him there, because if Aurelia is trapping him there, he's just dead. He will not survive. Aurelia will just kill him. Because Aurelia desires the following thing. Like, if somebody walks close to Aurelia and she pops her ult, like she pops E2, E1 into ult, into E2, you can't really dodge. And if she has uptime on you, like allowing herself to auto-attack you will simply die, because it's too much damage. Like, she will get her passive stacks regardless if she's playing it smart. And then you're simply dead. Ult being popped to hunt down the Malphite. Oh wow, the Malphite is literally so far away. We actually end up getting the kill. But now we are heisting. Does Aurelia have flash? Oh yes, she does. Yeah. That is unfortunate. It is very, very sad that this just happened, because it costs him so much. I don't know what Alistair is actually trying to do. I don't know what game he's playing, but he's goofing around a little bit too much. For my taste, at least. But what can be done? Another ward in the tri-brush being taken care of. Aatrox can also be a lot more creative when it comes to gang pathing, since he can just jump walls. Something you have to keep in mind. It's just very easy to then punish people with that one. Because people always forget that certain champions can just jump walls without any punishment due to the low cooldowns on their mobility spells. And with that done, you'll be caught off guard by having incomplete vision, or vision that makes you think you're safe. He didn't jump over the wall due to the possibility of maybe somebody being there, and then he would be stuck there, and it would be too dangerous. That is the assumption why he didn't just instantly use the E over the wall to the dragon until he has like further information. Like, now with having like complete information, he simply E's for the damage on that buff. Enemy AD carry, does AD carry things. He sees that the enemy team just killed dragon, and he's like, oh, let me quickly die for zero reason. Aurelia now has access to his bottom side jungle, whereas he has nothing to steal on the enemy side's jungle. Volibear is in big danger up there, because he might get triple dove here. Yeah, Aurelia is there, but this means only the Gromp has been taken away by Aurelia due to the time, because I don't think she had time to do the wolves. This Malphite just flashes away. We can check for the camps here. We hit them, actually. That's pretty nice here that we can steal away the chickens while the Aurelia is preoccupied up there. We might as well steal the enemy Crux, because he knows he can't really go for a kill, so he'd rather go for the jungle camps. Crux sadly not available. You saw that on the hit marker of the first ability. And now we know blue buff is available, Gromp is gone, and Wolf is also available. Yeah. We know that Aurelia now has only one play available, which is going to her Wolves and then ganking bot lane. Going to a Wolves, going to a Gromp. Ah, she has Herald. She pops Herald mid lane and gank, okay. So we know her Wolf camp is most likely available, and her Gromp camp respawned. So either she's going to dive bot lane, or she's having to farm. Aurelia pops ult. Oh, jumps the wall. Ooh, Aurelia actually connects. Oh my god, it's like this is a super force, which is really bad. The issue with this play, it was spotted way too early, and then it's a full punishment. Because now the Aatrox has full access to Aurelia's jungle, like every single camp. Yeah, every single camp. The play Aurelia was going to go for, placing Herald mid is fine, that's good. But then going for like this dive, being in broad vision, while all your camps are up, it's just asking to lose so much gold. Because if the play fails, you will lose your entire jungle. And if the play succeeds, you only gain as much gold as you would have gotten from the minions in the jungle, from the monsters in the jungle. that's it. That's like one of the biggest problems, that people don't think ahead what happens if they go for these ganks and if these ganks are actually overforced. Because like a tit for tat every single time. Now Aurelia, again, she doesn't really have many plays available. We have taken away her bottom side jungle. We have our own bottom side jungle. She must be on the top side somewhere. There she is. Caitlyn chooses death because it's an AD carry player. Bye-bye. She's only worth 150 gold at this point though, so it doesn't really matter if she dies or not. It's really not relevant anymore. It really isn't. At some point, when you've died so many times, it's actually better for you to keep on running down side lane, because you're not relevant. You're literally worthless as a champion in the game. And if the enemy uses cooldowns for you, that's more than good enough. And even better... Oh, that's like... Oh, the Janna makes him so fast. He's so dead. If the enemy uses cooldowns for you, it's actually beneficial for your team in some instances, while you're also trying to push out waves, denying enemy potential plays. It's very, 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 very important as a concept, that if you're already heavily losing, you're the one quote-unquote in team because you're getting permagank like 0-8 or something, it doesn't matter if you stop dying or not. You need to get gold. And if the enemy uses cooldowns for you, it's so much better. Also, always pay close attention to Fog of War when you use Aatrox. Just seeing the hit indicator in Fog of War from your first ability is really, really cool. Okay, Alistar all-inning here randomly. We see the Malphite going in, Malphite in the front line. Malphite 1 HP, gets away, Janna in the back line providing him with pitiful shields. Meanwhile, the volley bro is diving the tier 3 AD carry, 150 gold, he's not really worth it, don't forget that. Oh, we lose the crab unfortunately. Or did we? Yeah, we did lose the crab, that's so sad. The crab should honestly not give that much HP back. They really shouldn't, it's so OP. Okay, Yona is a little bit motivated. And El Zigzo just flashes after and throws a bomb on his forehead. And this Malphite is also dead, by the way. Yeah. I love Caitlyn. I love Caitlyn, but only on the enemy team. I love Caitlyn, but only on the enemy team. This champion is so bad. Right, and there really needs to address this champion at some point. Some AD carry champions are just so underpowered, it's insane. But yeah, AD carry champions are the least likely champions to get any changes because, well, the player base in the bot lane is probably the worst player base of all the roles in the entire game. Sorry, my friends in the bot lane. It is what it is. It's not even an attack against you. Oh, the classic miss. Could be me. Close to being level 13. It's so big. We have so much gold in our pockets. Completing that BT is going to be such a huge AD injection. Our AD is going to skyrocket. Bomber. When it comes around the corner, Yona ults into the backline. Nice cleanse or cures as whatever it was here. Poor Yona alone here against Volleybro and Aatrox. That guy is being ran down like the piggy he is, and now the Aatrox has had enough. But Janna says nope into Caitlyn trap. Oh, that's so annoying for Aatrox to play. Just thrown around. Can't really do too much in that instance. No ultimate available anymore. Volibear is still tanking the entire front line. This could be really, really bad. Aurelia is full life. And Aurelia is a primary carry here. Okay, they need to somehow stall this fight until Aatrox gets ult. Like, the moment Aatrox gets ult, it's playable. Alistar sadly doesn't have any eyesight. It happens. Alistar losing his flash is pretty bad. Because now he doesn't have the insane engage angle anymore. He has to buy a sweeper and hope that he can get a flank with Hex Flash. But yeah, that's very unlikely to pull off at this stage of the game. QS is being picked up now. Ooh, the Cloak of Agility for the 70% crit now. If you don't crit, it is what it is. Fate wasn't with you. The gambler. Irelia all inning here, her W blocking so much damage, and she actually gets a kill here. But yeah, now Irelia is dead, and they will simply lag the damage. Yone is even ulting the backline. Malphite is too fast, he just escapes the allegations here. And this Yone might as well also escape everything. But that shouldn't be a problem. They can just turn their eyes onto Nashor. With Irelia, that they have no ways of stealing this unless some dark magic happens. Taking care of the ward here in the pit. Alistar could just one-shot it, but he just doesn't want to, because support just says, nope, I don't want to do this, I don't want to tank Baron, I don't want to do anything useful. Ah, finally he does. That being popped, Caitlyn, again, saying goodbye, 987 crit onto her forehead. And this is definitely the end of this game. There's no way the enemy recovers from this. And not only this, he will get an Infernal Soul. There's only one thing worse to face when it comes to crit Aatrox, from what I've seen so far. It would be probably the Hextech Dragon Soul, the Ice Dragon Soul. Sorry. When Aatrox auto-attacks you with his like 50 billion AD and you get like a 2k crit, and then suddenly you get like another 1 billion true damage proc from the Hextech Soul plus the slow, it's just over for you. At the ground escape. Uh-oh, Mr. Ziggs. Will the recall button will be... Is it going to be fast enough? Yes, it is. The GOAT. Yeah, who needs to hit spells? Just auto-attack, bro. It's like a better Tryndamere. Isn't it funny that crit Aatrox is literally a better Tryndamere because he has better ways to reach? It's comical. Actual comical. I like it. Yeah, Baron buff only enough another 30 seconds here. Need to make something happen relatively quick, unless they don't want to use the Baron buff at all. That would be unfortunate. Being popped here. Alistar in the front line, still taking up so much damage, the ultimate making him barely take anything anymore. Pops over, flashes in, one paps the Caitlyn for zero reason, poor Caitlyn. Irelia trying to salvage the game at all, he's getting thrown around left and right, he just can't move, and he will finally die. This is actually quite bad for them. Even though only 2 people are alive, it's Irelia that is alive, and Irelia is the one that can completely stall the outcome of this game. Oh, the Volibear is also gonna fall to this Irelia, I can promise you that one. The Janna is close to him, giving her so much AD through the shields, and since you can now target who gets the shield because it's only one person, so it's always the right target that's gonna get the buff, it's going to be a big problem. Okay, the Elder has now spawned. This fumble could be a generational fumble for the outcome of this game. He has to pop ult early to get there if this thing gets too low, okay? He doesn't have to. Ziggs dealing damage, but Ziggs somehow doesn't even do too much here. Ziggs seems relatively weak at this point for whatever reason. Yone comes in with the ultimate, misses. Irelia comes in with the ultimate, kills the Ziggs just instantly. Irelia just dashing through left and right, Uriel King with the QSS, but it's not enough. The Elder Dragon is still being attacked by the Yone on 7k HP last time I checked. it should be resetting right now, but this Aatrox is just using the Bloodthirster to fully heal immediately. Now the enemy all died, nice sidestep here, and this will mark the end of the game. The combo onto the Yone, and it's absolutely over. With that, we're at the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, check out that channel in the description below, and we'll see each other for more content very soon. Take care, bye bye.